I'm Mark Beale, a past life regression therapist and trainer. My guest today is Pattie Belle Hastings. She's a past life regression therapist from New Haven, Connecticut in the USA and online. She's also a Fulbright scholar and a tenured professor of media and design with an MFA in visual art. What would you tell people who are interested in going to the professional level and doing the kind of thing that you've done that might inspire them or help them or even warn them or let them know about the kind of things that are prerequisites and are useful to be done?
One, you've got to find a good teacher. There are a bazillion courses out there. And, I come from an instructional design background, so I'm really, really picky about training and courses and things like that, which is why I just absolutely fell in love with yours. So you really want a good, strong training that's well-designed, well-structured, well-supported. And then you just need to do the work, do the same work on yourself. I mean, I do self-hypnosis every single day. Along with the meditation, I do self-hypnosis too.
And there's that point of really putting it into practice. So thank you. Appreciate those kind words about the courses that I run. And so there's a well-designed course, but as you said, there's support there as well. So
Yes.
throughout this process, we've gone through a lot of case studies and we've talked, one-to-one for hour after hour going through the case studies. So did you find that was useful, the process of, really putting it into practice straight away and then sort of being mentored or discussing it step by step? Do you find that was a really useful part of the approach that we took?
Oh, huge, huge. The confidence, the courage and confidence, you have it laid out. This is what you have to do. Now, some of us, stretch those limits.
The universe has its plans too, so we're okay with that.
You lay it out very clearly what needs to be done. And, I hear this over and over again, from other people, that train in this field. You got to do it. You got to just do it. You got to practice. You got to let go of worrying about making mistakes, and you just go in there and do it. And then, if you have a fabulous teacher like you, then you get to pick it all apart, see, look at it in a bunch of different ways and learn more.
And how do you find being part of the past life awakening community? In fact, I have to give you credit. You're part of what inspired me to really make sure I connect people, and so they can practice and swap and heal each other and put all the modalities into practice. How did you find being part of that community?
Oh, I love it. I have met people that will be friends the rest of my life. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
All these great people that I'm working with one-on-one can get together and do some great work. So that's been a real privilege to see and to hear about. And that's such an ongoing thing as well. So, we get the training, but then the journey just keeps on continuing.
Yes, absolutely.
There is quite a lot of hard work involved in healing. And sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes people say, gosh, I've got this case study and the presenting issue is a bit unclear and the emotions are pretty heavy. And they're like, yeah, they need some healing. That's why they've come to a healer. In the end, do you find that all of that hard work and all that patience and all of that energy is rewarded? And if so, in what kind of ways?
Every session that I do, I am absolutely blown away. I leave the session so inspired and so encouraged and so energized, because this work is profound. It's profound. So, I've gone through an enormous amount of self-doubt. I mean, this wasn't a path that I had planned on taking, and, through the work and working with you and through the process, it was just like, okay, yes, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And now every session, I'm just like, wow, I am so honored and so privileged and so grateful that I get to do this with people.
Yeah, that's wonderful. The people who come in to learn to be past life regression therapists, much the same. I want to get some new tools. I think I can help some people, and then as they go through it, there can be difficulties. Like, oh, this is tough, and a few people are like, oh, maybe I'll just quit and do something else easier. But then they get through that hump, and at the end of it, it's like, oh my God, expectations exceeded by magnitudes. I had no idea you could do this with humans. What a blessing, what an incredible experience to just, if I'd just done sessions like this a few times in my life, that would make it worthwhile. If I get to do it hundreds and thousands of times, that's incredible. And it's a whole new world, isn't it?
Yeah. So if anybody out there is hesitating because, they don't think things are aligned, or they don't have what it takes. I did this during a pandemic with a child who has a life-threatening chronic illness, who was in the hospital 4 times last year in emergency situations. So if I can do that, if I can juggle those things and make this happen, realize this, I think anybody that feels the call, the pull, hears the voice to do this, needs to step through that door.
Oh, that's a great message. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you're interested in having personal sessions or certification training in hypnosis or hypnotherapy, or regression to this life, past lives, between lives, or spirit releasement therapy, then visit my website, thepastlifeawakeninginstitute.com, for details. Thanks so much for watching or listening, and see you next time.